Hello, hello, hello. What's up, everybody? What is up, everybody? Hello. So good to see everybody. Manishma, Manishma. It is Mikey, and I'm here. And it is Tuesday, and we're starting super late on our stream, but it's all good. We got Pretzel Radio rocking, and we got a brand new project coming up right now. Forgive me for getting started a little late. I was actually up late last night working on this, and it took me like I had to get into it. It was a lot of exploration, in other words. So, all right. So here's what's going on. Let's back it up here. Okay. So if you remember last week we worked on the fried herring. I know fried herring's everybody's favorite, but we're going to kind of keep it where it's about something big that we got going on here. So I was really excited to start working on this portrait. So if you guys remember, I was talking about this a couple streams ago, but this is a portrait that I started working on, and it's really special to me because it is in the style of a Jewish artist that I really admire, named Felix Nussbaum. And Felix Nussbaum lived, worked, and died around the time of the Holocaust. So there's this famous painting of him where you can see in my little camera view, he's holding up his jacket because it has a gold star that says Judah, right? And he's holding up his identification card, and he's behind this like big wall, and it feels really communist, really Nazi, really occupied, is really the word I would say. So anyway, I started to think about, my time and place and the crisis moment, right? There's been a couple of crisis moments. So, I have my COVID card here. I obviously made like just a general one, and I'm holding up here. I'm wearing my paint clothes, I think Felix Nussbaum was wearing like what he was wearing on the street, and could get picked up at any moment. Political climate's changing, so I just thought if I'm on the ready, my clothing is my paint clothes. So I got my floppy hat and my rough jacket. So, and then I've got a couple of special pins on the jacket as well. I've got my Skella Hamsa, which is kind of a really important token, talisman, amulet for me that I've always had in my life. Represents prosperity, protection, so many wonderful things. And then I got this other metal pin here. It's actually quite heavy. It's a spray cap that a good friend of mine, Garrison, just gave me. And it is such a heavy pin, but I love it. It makes my jacket fall. But for me, it's such a badge of honor. Anyway, I started exploring this idea of Jewish futurism. I'm well aware of artists who do Afro-Futurism and Latinx futurism and Anglo-Futurism, sort of all these ideas in science fiction about what our future will be like, right? So when I think about Jewish people and their future, I'm like, So I started thinking, in these increments, making myself go to a time and place. You say the crazy question you get sometimes, where do you see yourself in 5 years? And you're like, damn, I don't even know where I see myself next week. Let's back it up. And so I started thinking about just 5 years from now. I thought about with this one, I'm out in the middle of nowhere. But I've got my COVID card, I've got my paint clothes, so I must be up to something. So I put myself into this scenario, and I started backcasting, well, what is this? And I thought, man, I've never painted in Israel before. I've never been to Israel before. So I thought, oh, cool. So I just started thinking about that, and then I backcasted, right? I set the time and place, and then I did the steps back necessary to make it happen. So I just took a picture of myself and then, put it into that space. And then yesterday, I completed this. I was really excited about this. Okay, a lot going on here. So let me explain what the deal is. Okay, so me again, right? Again, best model, just, here and free. So that's always great in my book. And we've got me, and I've got my finger up here, and I'm pointing to this three-dimensional here. Let me zoom in on it real quick. Okay, that is called a Merkaba. So Merkhabah, I think, maybe. But it is a Kabbalistic illustration, and it's meant to represent a three-dimensional Megiddo, right? A Star of David, six-pointed star. But when the six-pointed star is extruded into three-dimensional space, it becomes this Merkaba, this I don't know what the geometric name for this kind of shape is, but this three-dimensional star, effectively, and six-pointed star. So, it forms up these triangular pyramids, which are really funky. But anyway, this is connected to, in Torah, Ezekiel's wheel, right? So when Ezekiel was one of the Navi, right? One of the prophets, visionaries, right? Like people who were receiving visions, right, from God on high. And the medieval images that we see are like always these wheels. They call it, it's like this, because it was this like, Ezekiel described it as a wheel within a wheel, right? But he could have very well been describing some sort of engine, right? Or some sort of something. Not to go into the chariot of the gods direction, but this is the Kabbalistic illustration, right, of the Merkaba. So the Merkaba represents a few things, right? So as a mythical thing, we've just described it, right? But then secondarily, it is a spiritual device, right, if you will. You can imagine it, right? Everybody has a Merkaba. And this is what basically, right, a meditation in Kabbalah would help you understand. It's really helpful to visualize these things. At least it has been for me. So you can activate it. So if you can imagine this thing, you can almost start to like spin it in your mind. And I know that's like, use our imaginations. But when you're meditating, you have to close your eyes and you have to completely rely on your imagination. So when you're in that space and you're trying to kind of let go, right? There's the Merkaba, right? And you can imagine it any size, any way. So if you're sitting out there right now and you're like, that's not a Merkaba, but cool, good. It's not, because it's mine. It's the one that I've imagined. So I've now taken it out of my brain and put it here in the space. So that's wonderful, right? Okay, so I thought of this piece like in the future, thinking about these ideas, these Kabbalistic ideas, Jewish mystic ideas, right? Some of them seem like really far out, right? And really cosmic. And I thought, well, what a great connection. And one of my best connections to cosmic storytelling that has, Jewish underpinning has to be Jack Kirby, right? So Jack Kirby, the amazing comic book creator, right? That we, you may or may not know. I mean, he invented the big giant fist punch, right? Like that guy, who drew some of our favorite superheroes from the beginning, was Jewish. And he got the opportunity to write his own story in the DC universe. He had been offered some crazy contract to come from Marvel over to DC in the 60s, 70s. I don't remember the exact date. It's terrible. Sorry. But he then creates The New Gods, right? So The New Gods is a story that is an expansion of the DC universe, but it goes to these far-off planets, New Genesis, right? Where Darkseid is from, I forget now. But anyway, these represent these sort of characters that have a really kind of interesting and almost like, boom, if you know what to look for, connection to Jewish mythology. So it's a really fantastic thing. So I started thinking about the boom tube and space travel and like all the amazing things that Metatron, right? And the mother box, right? Right? Like these are things that are very much connected to the sort of sequence of sacred Jewish objects throughout history and time, which I just was like, just is like when you it's logical to connect to that and be like, oh, okay. But when you kind of go like, oh. So anyway, this is where I'm really inspired. You know, I want to look to how great futurism happens. So great futurism, I've been told by a good friend, Marcus Kiser, is who is an Afro-Futurist, is you take, you put characters, right? You put your characters into the future, and then you think about how the old can inform the new, right? So you really think about like what are going to be the patterns, you know, and then futurize those. You know, a lot of inspiration comes from like Art Deco. Art Deco was really a futurization of ancient style. So, you know, like the ziggurat and the zigzag. I mean, these are things that go back to ancient times. First peoples, right, made these types of images. Okay, so the other part of what's going on here is I'm wearing the talit, but it's like a futuristic talit, like a tallis. So a tallis is something that you get, that I got when I was 13 years old, when I got my bar mitzvah. And what it is it's a prayer shawl, right? It's a prayer scarf that men and women can wear. And yeah, like I thought, you know, when I used to put that thing on, right, and I used to be in shul and temple doing prayers, you know, praying for loved ones, praying for people who are sick, you know, trying to uplift our world and think about things like that. It's like you would go into this like this kind of interesting cave, and I really started thinking about that as like an immersive quality. So once you're wrapped in the cloth, you're really put in this immersive space. So I thought, wow, that's super similar to VR things. And I thought, well, once you put that on, like that transforms you into this traveler, right? So I just started thinking about myself as like this traveler. And then what it activates is like this kind of a swirly, spirally tefillin, right? Tefillin. And yeah, this is the leather straps that, you know, Orthodox, Chabad, Hasidic, Haredi Jews, all kinds of Jews wear in prayer, right? I'm not wearing the box, right? I forget what that's called. Oof, terrible. Sorry. We'll get it. And yeah, but anyway, so this is that, and I really started thinking about like. You know, the triangular pattern, the way it kind of like informs three-dimensional objects. And I just thought, oh, that would look really good in the kind of pattern area of the scarf. You know, scarves have like certain regions, especially this part that you see with the X's and the equal signs and then the crown shape. Those are part of the neck scarf. It's like an extra band of cloth, and it has stuff really woven in. And I've put kind of, you know, somewhat of an ordinary picture of me. I've got this kind of determined face, and whoop, didn't mean to draw there. Yeah, and then I've got the stripes that are on the talis, and they're going over my shoulder. And I just thought, wow, that's cool. And I really bugging on it. So trying to finish this, I got this to this place, and I'm trying to finish it. But what I'm working on now is I thought of, you know, the box in the tefillin, and I thought, you know, like, man, it's like some kind of helmet or some kind of antenna beacon, and let's see here, tefillin boxes. Yeah, that's it. I was just seeing if it had a phylactery, if it had a special name, the tefillin box. Yep. A set of small black leather boxes containing scrolls of parchment inscribed with verses from the Torah. Tefillin are worn by observant adult Jews during weekday morning prayers. So, yeah. Wow. So, men and women can wear them, not in every community, but some can. And it has Exodus. Oh wow, lots of connections. And the Talmud, the Mishnah. Yeah. So lots of in there. So I started thinking about this, and it really, for me, started to become this, you know, how do you call it, like an electric device. So I got about this far, you know, creating the talus around the body again there. Yeah, I got more of the face this time going on there. But yeah, I want to rebuild what I did here with the talus. Let's see, so that's like a pink. Okay. Yeah. So I'm trying to figure out, like, you know, motion would be good here. I think, it's just, this is really exciting. This whole new stuff here. All right, I want to make sure I get that talus pattern correct. Good. Oh, I got to do the double line in there. Got to do the double. Okay. Let's go back to that blue color. Where are we? Here we go. Okay. So I'm using this neon brush. It's the kind of standard neon brush that's in Procreate, but you'll see that when I hit the line again, it now glows like a touch brighter. So I like the not gonna be able to get much in here. Go. That's pretty cool. So, as you can see, you know, if I take the, here, I'll show you guys how it goes down. Here, we'll go back to here and we'll go to the video. All right, let's watch the time lapse here. So you can see I took a picture of myself, right? And got all the line work from it. Lots of line work. Right, and I'm like simplifying features as I go, but keeping pretty connected to it. Trying to capture all that tone. There we go. You can see how it all starts to come together. Quick coffee break. Listen to some music. Yeah, I think at one point I did bring the Merkaba in from the other one. I was like, oh, let's just keep. I don't want to keep staring at Merkabas. It's like it was good for the first the first project, the first portrait. Hope I don't get sick of these. You know, I like to make a set, but I don't want to go crazy. Okay, what else am I doing in here with these? Okay, there I am trying to put in the land. Okay, and then there I am, trying to build the. There it goes. There it goes. There it goes. Hey, and then that's where we landed. Now, yes, good. Yes, indeed. Okay, so there it is. Okay, so I want to make you a little smaller, and okay, my secret, my method. I don't want to say my secret, but see how I'm doing this here. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. All right. See how I made all those? Of course you did. Good, good, good. Okay. So what you want to start to do now is this is like a fun kind of game, and you can start to create mesh this way. So here, watch how we mesh it up, and we'll go like this. Boom. And if I sat here and held all the things, it'd take forever. So if you got some curvedness going on. Just embrace it. It's fine. So I don't know if you can see here what I got going on, but like we're essentially creating like constellations, but connecting everything up to make a triangle. Like that's the whole point of the whole jam. So Cool. And then you can pick like places on the side where you can so see how that starts to make its way happening. So that's the mesh. You know, you take an area, any area, and you just dot 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 dot. And if you kind of lay out all the dots equidistant from each other, makes a good mesh. But you can play with it, and that's what makes mesh, you know, more interesting, is when they have interesting shapes and stuff like that. You know, extra little connectors and things. That's fun. But you know, don't go crazy. You want it to be visible too. But the whole point is triangles is like always the triangle. And what I love about this brush, right, is that once it touches another area and it overlaps, they highlight brighter. So it immediately looks like I put a dot there, which is genius. So love it. That one I touched too much, but it's okay. Touch it again. It's cool. So it's just a forever triangulated type of thing. And if you can see now, it's like it emerges like a terrain, because the triangles squash and stretch, and they really give you this wonderful sense of fabric. Still to this day, I will say, greatest class I ever took was fashion illustration. I got to do a several week boot camp when I was younger up at FIT, and man, oh man, that was yeah. See, look at that. I mean, it's like you're essentially building a bridge. You know, these are like architectural girders. Okay. Boom. So what's up, everybody? I got my single viewer. Hey, single viewer. You're always with me. Appreciate it. All right, it's getting tight in there. It's nicer when it's more broad and open-faced. So, but yeah, this is cool. I was thinking about doing something with like gold, something like I don't know, maybe like a flow field kind of whirling around. I don't know about this yet. You know what I mean? Ooh, I don't want to tease it too hard, but I'm working on a robot. Yeah. Like a robot character, not a... I am a huge fan of mecha, or mech, you know, whatever you want to call the Gundam Wing, Evangelion, those type of mech suit anime and manga are, I like those. It's like a feasible future. So I was thinking about how interesting giant robots are culturally in Japan and China, Taiwan, and that why aren't they more culturally relevant to Jews? So I'm working on one, and yeah, I guess you could, we could say there's a golem in there, which I think is a really fun thing to think about. So I just like all that stuff, just making those connections. We get this wonderful opportunity to do that all the time. Kind of like defaulting to like always putting one in the middle and working it that way, but it's just a tight area. It's hard to get that texture in there like really good, but I just like the way it's working out. It's like a really free neon. I mean, I have to be consistent with it in some spots. This area got a little stretched, right? But we'll make it work. Okay. Yeah, it's starting to break down up here. And okay. Okay. Alright, we're going to see how good we can do here. Oh boy, yeah. This is hard to erase this neon after you've laid it down. I was tired. We're just going to kill it all. I'll make it touch again there. We'll see. Oh yeah, I did worse than I thought on that one. Thought I did pretty good. Nope. 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 Okay. Let's see if we can make this occur. Suppose. Oh. Even awake. I'm dropping those lines terribly. Let's see. It's about here. Okay, let's see. There, okay. Yeah, I did the thinner line this time. I look shocked. I was kind of going for that. I was going for like an awe, like just as about to, yeah, just thought, man, like the moment you put these things on and you could travel through time, like what if it were that easy, like if, so anyway, that's where like all this sort of digital stuff comes from, you know what I mean? Like this could be a means for space travel, time travel. Right, new times, new worlds. So when you think about like popular science fiction and like who maybe are, you know, culturally like the Jews. You might have to really look at like the Vulcans, and I mean a lot of that has to do with Leonard Nimoy. You know, he himself, what he brought to his role as Mr. Spock, and you know, they live in this society that's like driven by intense inquiry. And if that is not Jewish, then I don't know what is. Right? Like, I think, well, at least the pride of that I've heard is like just this intense amount of inquiry. Comes from studying Jewish study. All right. Not bad. I don't have the luxury of like tightly. Well, I guess I could use a mask. Yeah, I guess I could. I should, man. Why didn't I do that? I should have. I should have used the mask, right? Cut these things better. That really would have been the move. I still can, right? Because this thing, yeah. See, take a look. This is on its own whole layer, right? Separate from the other one. Okay. I just need to keep referencing just to see. Okay, cool. And then there's like the pinkish. The crown design. This is actually just, it's funny because like this is such a Charlotte thing, but this design is on Talus's. And I forget how important a crown is on a Torah. You know, if you take a Torah out of the Ark at a shul, it's going to have like crowns and the kind of I forget what they're called, the arms that cover. They're like these kind of gauntlets that cover the. All right, let's see. So X and then the boom to boom to boom. Okay. Eventually, I want to like right now. I don't know what to write here, so I'm just kind of doing designs. But I want these to turn into like a coordinate type of system, or like a thing that can help me describe. Oh. Like what's going on in here? Yeah, y'all. Like so much of this is so undeveloped. Just as like a thing, I'm still discovering this. So y'all are seeing that just in the making. Sorry, it's slow motion train wreck. Okay. So this is my Cosmic Traveler's Talus. And this allows me to travel the cosmos, right? That's what at least is happening here in my story, the narrative of this this piece, right? I'm a an explorer of this this space. It's pretty cool. It's a fun job. Ooh. Smooth Pretzel Radio, what's up? I feel like the Pretzel Radio just comes through in a lot of ways. I can't describe it. It's just the R&B we need. Ooh, okay, cool. So, ooh, feeling that. So, as I do think about this stuff, great idea. I just got a really good idea. I want to make like a cosmic pomegranate. That would be crazy cool. All right, that's a great idea. I got to write that down with a real pen. Where are you, real pen? Here we go. Okay. Cosmic palm. So what I was thinking was like, usually, the designs of things like floral fabrics, tapestries, clothing, Judaica that usually takes on like imagery from a place. It's from the land, right? So it's always like a native fruit or a plant or a tree or something like that. Generally those are in Israel, but it could be any land. So if Jews of the future, are they or are they not going to be in Israel? We have no idea, right? So maybe if they travel through time, they have a way of like, I don't know, like, how when they're saying when we're going to go to Mars, we have to like change the atmosphere and make the atmosphere more livable, like or whatever they need to do, condition it, right? Give it so we can sustain life and not be a red desert. What if, creating the condition to live is like the creating of the land, right? That you can put the land anywhere, right? So like if the call is always to go back to the land and be a native of the land, then what if you could move the land and put it in a new location, like through time and space? I mean, to me, that's very freeing. It's like it kind of holds up this specific piece of real estate. It's a tough thing to think about, right? So just as we're thinking about futurism, so anyway, long story short, I think I'm going to start to use like maybe some fruits and some things like that do come from that are already really funky. Like pomegranate's already a funky fruit, and etrog is a really funky lemon. You know what I mean? It's like these things are already kind of a little alien in nature. I love that. But just that kind of stuff, I think, as I build this world, I'll have to think about how to define those things. Like, what are the special species, right, of this foreign land, this future land? That would be a real question, I think, that I would have to try and answer. So I think those things could decorate my talis as the time goes on. Okay, and then I got to remember to put these pink stripes here that come down over the shoulder. Yep, like that. And double that up. Cool. So of course Tron is like, a major influence here as well. I mean, just like 80s vaporwave, neon culture in general. I mean, which is really a hangover from the 70s. Yeah. Cool. This just helps me kind of also set up the shoulders. Okay. Sweet. Okay. All right. I've got a little bit more of the blue to mess with, but once that's done, that's done. Okay. All right. We gotta not forget that part. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, and then I gotta do a couple more. Go. Let's give this a little juice here. This sounds fresh. Okay. Okay. Dope, dope, dope. I'm having fun with these triangles. Yeah, these meshes are where it's at. I think that's like that's going to be a nice signature part of these patterns that I rock. You know, I think like that looks really cool. I mean, some of these shawls are already magical to begin with. They have gold, you know, like all the sort of like positive things here. But like when you think about neon, you have to be line art, you know, because it's all going to glow and it's negative. So kind of so yeah, I just think that's a really cool thing. I really like this. Man, Procreate has taken this to a whole new level. I would never have thought to do things like this in Photoshop. Shh, I shouldn't say that. I've just been an industry user of Adobe products now for, gosh, I don't know. The first copy of Photoshop I ever touched was Adobe Photoshop 2.5, and it was on like 13 of these discs. You know, the little save icon in Microsoft Word? Those. They held like 1.25 megabytes. I think even back then they had like 700K discs. And yeah, you just didn't have a lot of capacity for data back then, you know? It was like a file. And you would... I remember in school they would give us a disc, and I wrote all my papers on that. And I'll never forget one year my science teacher put magnets near everybody's discs and erased like, you know, about a half a semester's worth of work. So to us little ones, we were like, we were devastated. They didn't make us do it all again, but oh my God, I'll never forget that. I learned my lesson. I just was like, I couldn't believe it. I was like, no, this has to work. Not the magnet, but just that, like, how did it ever get to that point, you know, where they were like... Cool. Okay. Huh. We're gonna see how this goes. Let's oh, no. Where are you, gold? Here we go. All right, we're just gonna try this out. Oh boy. I don't know what I did here. What did I do? What is this? The magic of Christmas? Oh man, I did it. I have full transform. Dun, dun, dun. I mean, this is like a cue the Voltron theme music. Like we're about to morph, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers right here. I don't know what I did. What did I do? Oy vey, oy vey. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna do that, y'all. We might back that up. It's just, I mean, good idea, good intentions, but well, let's get a moon in here. Let's rock a low moon. Sweet. Oh, wait. Okay. I did it in the wrong layer. So I'm just going to loop-de-loop select this here, and we're going to go to add. And we're going to cut that. Okay, and it should be gone. Good. Okay. And then, oh, wait. Oh, no, wait. Oh, I think because I'm only 2 layers, can I not paste that? Okay. Wait a minute. Did I lose it? I guess I did. Okay. Weird. I guess we got to go back to that color history. I've been using the color history lately, and it has been saving my butt. It just has all everything, the quick grab, which makes it so easy to use. Oh man, really great. Okay, so you see how I just did like the touch of the yellow ochre, right? The darker yellow around. That just helps support and blend the color going from the moon, right, to the blue to the yellow, because otherwise it's a little too harsh of a transition. This just helps it kind of come into the fray a little bit there, right, which is really nice. And we don't want it to be like so overpowering in this image. We want it to be just kind of, you know, chill and in the background. And yeah. So if you're with us, say what's up. Mike Worth here, chillin'. We're working on this this self-portrait here, and this thing's coming along in a nice way. Okay. We are going to pick up the stream from last time at some point, coming back the fried herring. I was really excited to do that, and still am. Just want to, you know, keep things going as they're going, and this work is kind of going right now, so I'm excited to be showing this to y'all. Okay, so here, let's pick out a couple of star spots, right? So I'm going to just make little poppies of yeah, I'm just offering. Okay, cool. So I got a couple of stars in the sky, and then and now I have this neon scenario going on here. My character's a little bright. I want to just bring down. Here we go. See how that lets the glow like really Ooh, yeah. See, no, I'm not going to go that dark, but just see what I mean? How you can, like, I don't need to be that bright. It's like a little too bright, actually. So I think, yeah, we're going to go below the 50% mark here. I mean, that's comfortable right now. Ooh, I almost lost myself there. Okay, I may need to think about this a little bit. But here, let's just, for the time being here now, just... Okay. Let's see what different color palettes look like. Ooh. Wow. Bugging, bro, bugging. That's so cool. Yeah, eventually we're going to go on to into worlds and realms where things are this way. But for now, we're going to stay blue. And I don't know if we'll Shrek out at some point there, but... Oof. Wow. Neato, neato, neato. Okay, let's keep that 50%. Yeah. Okay, cool. Very fun what this software can really do. Super nice. Okay. Let me get this selection. Here we go. I'm curious about this color of the box, the to fill in box. I might play with that and just see if I can. Oh, bummer. Wait a minute. Why are you doing that? Okay. Yeah. All right. There we go. HSP. Here we go. All right. Cool. There we go. Now we can change the color of the box itself and make that work. So, all right. So we're looking at this. Let's see what kind of color. I had it pink. It's blue here. I want it to kind of stand out in a funky way because now we've got the stars. Okay. Blue. I don't know. That's not amazing. I don't love that. I don't. I want it to have some good contrast. Let's see. Yeah, color balance isn't going to be my my go-to on this one. Let's undo that. HSB. Or let's see what gradient map does for us. Nah. Very seldom does this come through. Okay. Yep. We're gonna say no to that. Okay. I don't think there's anything else here that we could really do that would, like, seriously just save the day. I don't think so. Let's just stick with this. I mean, that's cool. The blue is also cool, but loses a little bit of oomph. I wish I could go like yellow. I don't know why I couldn't. It won't let me land at yellow on the... That's as close as I can get on the scale there. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, just need to bring out that brightness. Okay. Well, now we've got this this yellow here, which is kind of neat. You know, what if too, if this became, if I put that towards, where's that orange? There we go. That's just interesting now that we've got the different types of things going on there. We'll see. Working on it still. Working on it. Okay. All right. And then I keep thinking about, well, what am I going to do about this kind of strap? It's, you know, I got it full, so let's see if we put it down like 50%. Go like half the size. There we go. I should also, well, let me, before I commit to that, I should also be thinking too about my my character here. I gotta get like a bright spot. Ooh, hang on a second. Let's see here. Okay, hang on. I think we might have something here. I've not done this yet. Let's see. Ooh. Oh. All right, I could fix the shin a little bit better, the S that I just did there, but I think that's the move, y'all. I did it much more of a severe. Oop, that's too much. I don't know why it didn't go like to white. That's what I need in there. Looks pink. Sweet. Ooh. I like it. I like it, Not sure where this where it's going, but Like if I shouldn't say that. I don't know if it means necessarily anything. It's kind of an experiment. It's gotta be thicker. We're doing all these sheens. Yeah. Oh, that's way too thick. All right, I like where this is headed here. This is just a really fun thing. Dope. All right, friends. Well, we are just hitting the 1 hour mark, and we're gonna keep this where y'all just chill with me, and we're gonna come back on it. Okay, I'm gonna have more of these coming out, but you know, we're just here to run through and see how all these things go, and you know, just talk about the techniques. So we'll just do a quick recap here, but we're gonna call this a day today, my friends. You can see, right, me, the model. I always show up. I'm always ready to go. No, seriously, like part of the work I'm doing is about this personal exploration into Jewish culture, into what's called renewalism, right? In this 21st century, it's a new opportunity to reinvent what it means to be Jewish, right? In a meaningful way, right? Culturally, spiritually, all the above, all the things, all people, all experiences. And I'm, as an artist, documenting mine. I'm telling my story, right? I live in the South, American South, and you know, I'm not in a large community. I'm in a quite small community. So you know, a lot of things I do are sometimes the first experience for some people, or only experience. So I have to think about, like, you know, what I want to say, and what do I want them to have in their mind, you know, when they meet me and things like that, because it's like they may not encounter another Jew for years. So unless they're on TV, right? So, but seriously, right? This idea of futurism and exploring future stories, telling stories, you know, is really pushing me to do this neon, powerful kind of spiritual object. Great word, shiviti, right? Judaica, digital Judaica, right? Like imagining this glowing object here, right? Artifact. So I've got the talus that lets us travel through time and space, and you know, the tefillin box, which is maybe like a wormhole, right? You put it on, and then all of a sudden, you can travel to all this place. Maybe it's a combination of the items and the elements. That's what I'm exploring, right? That's what how science fiction technology comes to be, right? And exploring the spiritual and the electronic, right, at the same time. Super excited about this piece. Yeah, right? Thinking about the future. Future wears. Pretty neat. I would love something like this, like a glowing talus. Oh my gosh, I would wear it everywhere. It would be such an amazing thing to have. I feel like Tron. Jewish Tron. Fantastic. All right, friends. I am Mike Worth, and y'all have been amazing. Catch me on social, right? Get me on Instagram, @MikeWorth. Get me on Twitter. It's the same handle, @MikeWorth. Head over to MikeWorthArt.com, to my shop. I've got all kinds of merch there, prints, all sorts of things. Check out my new NFT market. I've got a bunch of NFTs up for sale. A couple of them have sold already, and it's been amazing to connect with that community. And you know, if you're a digital maker like me, where you're on digital platforms, it's a great place to be. So yeah, y'all keep on rocking, and catch this on YouTube. It'll be archived, and as always, friends, This is Mike Worth, and we are out. See, y'all take care. Ah, ah, ah.